I'm back again. Just wanted to, you know, chop it up with y'all because the last video was kind of short. But got my mail. You know what I'm saying? I mess with the, oh, it's backwards. I mess with the Dollar Beer Club. You know what I'm saying? Keeps my face mane looking nice and beautiful and splendid. You know what I'm saying? So do a shout out to Chris and the fellas at Dollar Beer Club. You know what I'm saying? They got good products. But man, look. You know how we do, fellas, when we get together and we chopping it up and you know what I'm saying? We give each other a hard time. We call it breaking each other's balls. You breaking my balls, you know what I'm saying? We just mess with each other, you know what I'm saying? How we do, teasing each other. But I do that a lot. But I realize that you can't do that with women, no matter how equal they think they are. They don't have any balls. So you can't break balls of people without balls. I was at work. I work at a college. And we were shutting down or cleaning up, you know what I'm saying, because we're shutting down because the semester was over. And I was leaving. I had one more thing to do before I was done for the day. And I saw some trash on the floor, so I gathered it and took it outside and went to the dumpster. And as I'm taking it to the dumpster, there's a woman who works in another department just sitting out there, you know, on her phone or, you know, I don't know what she's doing, but she's just sitting out there chilling. So I say hi to her. She says hi back, you know, and I go and take the trash to the dumpster and throw it in there. And so on my way back, she asked me, she says, you know, could you do me a favor? And I'm like, sure, you know what I'm saying? I don't see no problem with doing a favor for a random strange chick, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not going to hurt me none. And I was really going to do it. But she asked me to turn off the water. I guess somebody outside the building had the water hose running and they left it on. And she was out there sitting with the water running. And she didn't think to turn it off herself and wanted to ask me to turn it off. And I was like, okay, but can I ask you a question? She said, sure. And I said, how come you can't turn it off? Just a simple question. I didn't know that the water was even running until I went outside to take out the trash. Came back, she's already sitting there. And asking me, a man, to turn off the water. It's not a pickle jar. It's not hard to twist. You know, it's nothing difficult like that. So I was like, why can't you do it? And she's a pretty large woman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's at least 3 or 4 inches taller than I am. And, you know, I'm sure she's about 30 to 40 pounds heavier than me. So I asked her how come she can't do it. And then she gets an attitude with me. And I was just curious, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, you know. And so her answer was, well, I'm just sitting out here right now and I'm about to go in a little bit. And, you know, so I was wondering if you could just turn it off. And I said, sure. But let me ask you a question. Why can't you turn it off after you're done sitting out here for a little bit? Like, why is it my responsibility? Because it's the building that I work in? I didn't understand it. And so she's like, well, if you're going to get an attitude, you know what I'm saying, you don't got to do it. And I'm like, I didn't say I wasn't going to do it. I just wanted to know why you can't. Are you incapable? And at this point, she starts to, you getting on my nerves. And I'm like, I'm getting on your nerves. We don't have a relationship where I should be able to affect you getting on your nerves. Like, we don't kick it. You don't come to the pad and play Madden with me. You know what I'm saying? We don't hang out. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't kick it. How you got, what? I'm getting on your nerves. It just fascinates me how, number one, she had no problem asking me to do something that had nothing to do with anything that I was doing up there. She was there first. She should have turned it off. Why is it wrong for me to refuse her, but not wrong for her to see the problem and not fix it herself? But that's how they are. You know what I'm saying? That's how they do. You know what I'm saying? Not all, but, you know, enough. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because, you know, that's the thing. You can't tell them no. You can't question them. You can't ask them any questions. You know? I mean, you can. I do. Because that's my thing. I like to ask people questions until I'm satisfied. You know? When I'm satisfied with the answer, then I'll stop asking questions. Then I'll stop asking questions. You know, and that's just how I do. You know what I'm saying? That's the nature of PDIs. You know what I'm saying? You know, I want to know something. I'll ask until I feel that I know enough. And then I'll move on to the next thing. But, you know, I mean, I wasn't trying to break her balls, but I was just curious because, number one, I didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I would have had she answered the question. All I wanted her to do was answer the question. It's a simple question, right? Why can't you do it? You're just as adult as I am. You're just as capable as I am. You're at work. I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we both didn't turn on the water. But you saw it first. You know? But that's just how, I guess that's how she is. I want to say that's how they are. Because I've experienced this type of behavior from more than just her. She's not the only woman that acts like this. You know, and so it's interesting. You know what I'm saying? They are like that. You know, and the ones that I'm raising, I'm trying to make them not be like that. You know, because why should a question offend you? You know what I'm saying? But then again, oh my God, it's a black woman. You know, don't ask her to do something, and you know, because she's not my black woman. You know, I don't open pickle jars for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't get the punani benefits. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not messing around with it. I don't fool with it. I don't fool with it. You know? And that's another thing. I don't like to argue with women that I'm not intimate with. There's no benefit. And there's no makeup erky anyway. So, you know, I just leave it alone. Yes, that's my word, erky. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what erky means, say it in a squeaky voice and repeat it 5 times. As in, erky, 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 erky. And you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, but you know, if I'm not getting my erky on, you know what I'm saying? I have no concern, no quarrel. I'm not gonna argue with you, you know. But I was just asking a question, and I guess you just can't ask them questions. So let me know what you think in the comment section. You know, like, share, and subscribe, and have a good day. You know, and peace. Shout out to the Dollar Beer Club.